guys, this video might come out a little bit dark, but honestly my eyes hurt. Waiting for new glasses and new contacts. So right now my eyes hurt, so my light's like behind my camera. I can't really use it because it's giving me a headache. So if this comes out dark, it's kind of really is dark. I apologize, guys. This is more for audio than visual anyway, so that's good, I think. Okay, today's video is gonna be part 2 of the beginner candle making questions video that I did. The questions aren't long. I think I have like 5 questions to answer, and I'm gonna try not to ramble in any of them. So let's get started. The first question was, how many candles should I start off with? Sorry guys. What the hell was that? Okay, sorry. The first question was, how many candles should I start off with? A good number would be 5 or 6 cents. Reason being, because you have to remember you're gonna have to test for those 5 or 6 cents before you put out any candles. And 5 or 6 cents doesn't mean you start off with just 5 or 6 candles. How many you choose to be in your inventory of each scent is, I love to say this phrase, up to you. It's up to you. So you could have 5 cents and 10 candles. You can do 2 of each. I personally did 2 of each scent. When I started out, I had 7 cents, so I did 14. I did 2 of each just in case if nothing was sold. I didn't have a ton of inventory left. 1 and 2, you could always put them on sale when there's sale period. So like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, the Christmas, whatever holiday you have coming up, you can put those items that are slow moving on your shelf on sale. Next one is how to properly test burn your candles. I'm going to give you 2 pointers about test burning. 1, I'm going to put a picture up here to show you what my test candles look like. They are half a candle and there's no wick in them because I test burned several wicks in 1 candle. I was making a full candle of each scent with different wicks, and that was a waste. Testing is expensive, guys. As much as everyone keeps telling you to test, it is expensive. So I do have a candle wax jar, wickless, and then pierce it with, if I ever show you what you guys use a pierce the hole, I use this. It's a rat tape comb, and the reason why I use this is most of my wick sizes is literally the size of this metal thing right here. So when I pierce the hole, the wick fits perfectly in it. So yes, I use this to pierce the hole in my candle. Each time I put a wick in the candle, guys, it's 8:22 a.m. I'm still asleep. Each time I put a wick in the candle, I will write down the characteristics of it. I put the candle first in my small bathroom and I close the door. I wait an hour and then I go in to test the scent throw and the melt pool. And then at that 1 hour mark, I'll put 1 hour and I'll put out of 10 what my rating of the scent throw is. So I'll put like 7 or 8 out of 10, and then I'll put like large flickering flame, or if there's a large flickering flame, I'll put like large flickering flame. All right, they're soothing. All right, if the melt pool isn't burning the way it's supposed to be, it tunneling, stuff like that. How the jar feels to touch, I'll put those characteristics on a note, and then each time I do a different wick, I'll make the same thing, and then I'll evaluate at the end of my wicks which wick worked best with that jar and that wax, and then that's the one I'll use in my line. Once I've come up with a wick for testing in the bathroom, I will go ahead and test it in my bedroom, because the next room bigger up from my bathroom is my bedroom, and I'll do the same thing. I'll wait an hour, go in, check, wait a 2 hour, go in, check. And then this area that is my candle studio area and my kitchen dining room over there. It's one open space, there's no door separated, so I consider this one big huge room, so I don't test in here. If you see me have a candle in here, test this because I already did the bedroom and I wanted to see how it would do in such a huge area. More than likely your candle will do better in a bathroom if it's small than anywhere else. So I recommend if you have a smaller bathroom and test there, or any smaller room, test there first, and then once you finish testing, Lord, once you finish testing in that area, you move on to a bigger room. I will also say, if you're just starting off with candle making completely, do not make half a candle, make a full one. The reason why I am able to only do half is I already found my baseline wick for my wax and my jar. It's just that the reason that you might find one size wick not works for all the scents, because I do have some scents that are very light, so they throw like scent really easily in the air. So, and then I'll try a different scent, and that scent is much denser, so that the air particles doesn't carry that scent as easily as the previous scent. So then I have to find myself either wicking up to get a better scent through a different wick. So that is why I'm able to do half the container, because I already have my baseline wick. I just need to find the size of that wick for my wax. So that's how I test burn my candles. I would say again, if you're just starting out with test burning, you're just starting out with candle making, make a large candle, find your baseline wick, and then you can do the half that I'm doing at this point. The next question is, what if I don't get a hot throw in my candles? If you don't get a hot throw, do not add more fragrance oil. That is not the answer. It seems, you would think that would be the answer to the question, but it's not. Do not add in more fragrance oil to your wax, because fragrance oil can seep out and it can sweat. Sweating means you'll see this beady little water droplets on top of your wax. That is the scent seeping out of your candle. So I would say if your wax maximum fragrance level is 10, work at 10% and go down. Guys, adding more fragrance won't give you a better hot throw. The hot throw comes from the wick. It's tested, guys. It sounds annoying when I say this, but the fragrance, the hot throw comes from the wick, wax, and fragrance oil combination. You have to test. You have to test. I might tell you that in this jar container, CD12, Gargoyle C3 wax, and the Jamaican Me Crazy fragrance oil gives me a great hot throw, right? I might tell you that, but what area am I testing in? How small is my bathroom compared to yours? How small is my bedroom compared to yours, and vice versa? So I might tell you that that works, but also you have to remember the temperature you pour your fragrance oil at also matters. I might pour mine at, let's say, 160, and it gives me a good hot throw. You pour yours at 170, it gives you a better hot throw. Do you get what I'm going with this? So a lot of factors affect hot throw your candle. Fragrance oil add-in is not the answer. It's what temperature you pour your wax into your container at, the wick you're using, because a wick might give you a good melt pull but don't give you a fragrance throw. So you guys, you have to test. I hate saying it, I hated hearing it, so I can just imagine people who have to hear me say it over and over again. You have to test. But added fragrance oil is not the answer to getting a better hot throw. It is changing your wick and changing your pour temp. So I would always say go 5 degrees higher or 5 degrees lower. You go in between that 10-degree range and figure out what's best for you. The next one is, where do I get my branded labels? So I had already discussed making your CLP. I keep saying CLP, guys. I'm raised under the British system. Your warning labels. I already discussed making your warning labels, but your branded labels that has, your company's name, things like that on it. Canva, again, You can make those on Canva. Decide what size labels you want to use. I would say when you decide what container you're going to use, if you have a tape measure, use a tape measure and measure out the diameter. Sorry guys, I got a very weird email. Measure out the size of the label that you want. And guys, Canva and onlinelabels.com has wide variety of label sizes. I would say online labels have more than Avery in the range of sizes, but I do use Avery because my labels are like 2x3 and 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, simple sizes. So I find them both in both sides. I use Avery for everything, for my labels. But you can make your own on Canva, you can make it on Avery, you can make it on onlinelabels.com. I really won't go into a video about how to make your own labels, guys. It all depends on how creative you are, how creative you want to be. You can make it as simple. My labels right now are simple. It has the company name up here, the scent name, the notes, and at the bottom, made in New Jersey, and the size of the weight of the wax, not the candle, the jar itself, on it. I chose to go simple. If you go on Etsy and you type in candle labels, there are people who are selling very nice templates for under $10. All you do is pay for it. They send you the template, you open it in Canva or whatever software they tell you to open it in, and you print. You buy the labels to match and you print. The only bad thing about that is you and somebody else or many somebody else's might have the same label. If you don't care about that, and you can always tweak it, by the way, if you don't care about that, then that's different. You can always go ahead and buy label templates off Etsy, guys. It's so many ways you can go about it. How much do you sell your candles for? If it costs you $6 to make one candle, do not sell your candle for $10. That's not a profit. It sounds like a profit because it's a $4 difference. It's not. You sell it for $10 if you're doing wholesale. My rule is, for me, whatever it costs to make one candle times 2 for wholesale price. Whatever it costs to make one candle times 3 for retail price. That's the way you make a profit. That's the way you make a profit to go back into your business and pay yourself. So in order for you to make enough money to pay yourself, because guys, if you're only making enough money to go back into your business all the time, you're not making a profit. You're just having an expensive hobby, basically, that someone pays you to redo, but not pays you to do, if that makes sense to you. So right now, I said it before, my previous sold out, I didn't make any money from it. Everything went back into the business, plus out of my pocket, because I chose to expand my line and now have candles like these. So I now have coated candles in my line. That wasn't part of my budget. These came out of pocket. So each time you choose to expand, you have to think about where that money is going to come from. Do you make enough money from your sales to add a different product in your line? Yes or no? So I always say, whatever your initial cost of one candle times 3, make it your retail price. There are people who will say, oh, it's expensive for a candle. Yes, but I don't think they think about the time that you spend making a candle. Guys, making a candle is not just a one pour. Most waxes aren't one pour. Even waxes that say they're one pour wax sometimes aren't one pour wax. My wax says one pour. It's not. And guys, soy wax is temperamental, so soy wax give you a lot of issue. I had wax that had white spots. sinkhole. I had to either do a second pour, or I had to like reheat with a heat gun and wait another 24 hours for it to solidify. There's so much work that goes into it, guys. Do not lower your prices just because someone said your candles might be expensive. You know the effort and the work that you put in into making your candles. Do not drop your prices just because a group of people might not afford it. There might be a group who can. Make sure you're making a profit off your candles eventually. In the beginning, guys, for the first few months, you're gonna make the money just to work in your business, and that is okay. But it can't be the end goal of your company. The end goal is for you as the creator, to make a salary or a paycheck off whatever you make. I'm not there as yet, and I am almost a few months in, and I'm not there as yet. If I didn't choose to expand, then I could have made a little paycheck. I probably think make $200-$300 off of it if I didn't choose to expand, but I did. But for me, I was willing to go there because I want my company to go further than where it is right now, and for that to make money, I gotta spend money. So I'm spending money smartly, but I'm spending money. So that is it, guys, for that video. There's so many other questions that I could put in this, but it's not really starting your company bigger question. Is like, when you start, what happens next? And when I mean like question like, how do you deal with sinkhole, how do you deal with wet spots, how do you deal with jar adhesion, things like that. That's like a troubleshoot video that I have to do later on. But right now, that was it, guys. Those are the questions that I was asking myself in the beginning of summer this year. So I hope that these questions help someone else. If you haven't checked out part 1, I posted that last night. That video is a few weeks old, but I posted that one last night. Go check that one out. It was nice talking to you again, guys. Stay safe, guys. Oh my god, it's winter. Please stay safe and keep your loved ones safe as well. And that is it, guys. Enjoy your day. Thank you for watching.